Right, it's just gonna quick audio check. I think my notes are done now, but for a look. Right, I think that looks it. It hasn't.
There we go. That was the previous audio check, just going through it. It's a bit of delayed, unfortunately. That's what I'm going to try. Right, lovely. Okay, that's that sorted. Right, I'm just going to mute that now. Lovely! We actually got it sorted this time. So, this time I'm going to attempt to use the display capture. And I've looked up how you can... What's it called? How you can crop on OBS. Because I want to crop out the taskbar. Because I think it gets in the way of the game, if you know what I mean. You know? And that should hopefully crop it. It just says hold down Alt on the source. Which it's not doing. No, it's just highlighting the source. It's like, I can't actually physically crop it. It says that to crop it, you can literally just press Alt on the OBS website, but... Oh, is it because it's locked? Is it? Yes, there you go, that's why. Lovely. And there's now a little empty space down there. I'm going to try and fill with a little... I'm going to try and fill with a little... what's it called? I'm hoping... Can I tell which monitor? It's on a different monitor to the other one, so I somehow suspect that it won't capture it, maybe. I'm not really sure. Does it have to be on this monitor? It does. Oh, wow. I think it's only capturing off this monitor. It won't capture off the other one. Great. Right, it doesn't appear that I can tell it which monitor it's on. Okay, I'll have to leave that idea, unfortunately. Because it doesn't appear that I can tell it to go on a certain monitor. As far as I'm aware, I don't think I can. So I can record on that one, but I can record on it. Because I've just done it then. I just tried making a source on it. Oh, whatever, we'll leave it. Let's just leave it. Forget it. I wanted it so you could, like, in this black bit at the bottom, you could see, like, the progress of the flight, if you like. But it's not picking up smart cars on the monitor, so... Oh, wow. I have to leave it, I guess. I'm going to try and sort something that can go there, maybe. You know, let's just stop faffing over that. Let's just leave it. I'll get the desktop audio on as well. Let's just leave that for now then. So yeah, today we're flying, as it says in the title. We're aiming for 3 flights. Maybe we'll only be able to do 2. It depends on the time, I think. So at the moment we've got ATC in the north sector of England, so we might be able to request clearance and stuff, because he has sent out a message, the guy in control. It, like, if you click on the centre, it specifically says, he specifically has typed in the box, like, that info. It says here that they're controlling GP, which is Liverpool. So we'll see. Maybe. Also, instead of scenery, I managed to get a bit of scenery downloaded. The Dublin one wouldn't work. It wouldn't load in properly and it crashed the game. But the Knock scenery, I've got that all running. So we should have some Knock scenery. We've got Bristol scenery and all that. I haven't got the Dublin scenery, unfortunately. So we're parking on, obviously, the wrong stand. But no mind. There's still a bit of Dublin there. It's a shame because that's the only one I actually wanted in. But, you know, mind. So yeah, the first leg is from Liverpool to Knock. So flight number is FR6673. So I'll just enter that in there. We're departing from EGGP, which is Liverpool, to EIKN, which is Cork. No, I don't know why I said Cork. It's not. Oh, great. I just clicked home. And great, it hasn't saved any of it. Luckily, I hadn't done that much yet. 6673, and we're departing from EGGP to EIKN, which is Knock. Got it right this time, lovely. And airframe 737-800, and the registration is EI. We'll just put FOB because that's the one we're actually flying. Call sign because that's the one I like to fly because it's got all the Ryanair preset loaded. Ryanair. It is Ryanair 56 Quebec uniform. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. Lovely. Passengers today, we've got 179, so that's just full basically. And the cruise altitude is flight level 280, so quite high up. And then I'll look at the departure runways now. So the weather down there is 2908 knots, so definitely runway 27. And from Cork, it's 307 knots, so definitely 26. Lovely. Got them both right straight off. Cargo is, if you round it, it's 1.1 kilograms. And my passengers are just set to max, basically. And also, good news, you can probably see by the description, actually, it's in the description. Actually, let's just load in the flight sim now. What's really cool is I've actually bought the latest AIRAC now off Navigraph. So all the stuff now is all up to date. We'll not have any problems. We're all running sim brief. Everything's running on the latest AIRAC, basically, which is currently 1907. I've already checked my work to make sure that nothing wrong has happened. I want to try and get this INDAP route here. I quite like the look of that one because that's actually the same one that they've recommended to me there on VAMSIS. So that's the one I'm going to use. 232 miles, which is not much longer than the actual. The Crowflies route is 216 miles, so it's not that much different. Right, I'm going to ignore the upgrade from GSX, because last time I tried that, it crashed. I think it was last stream, wasn't it, when we had absolutely no, we had literally none. But I hope it's better without the taskbar there. I don't know, there's that black bit there, but I don't know, there's nothing I can really do about that, can I? At the moment. Anyway. So now I've got my route and everything. It's time to generate the UFP for the flight. So it's generating cash and all that at the moment. I don't know, this plane's not making any sound. Oh, great, this is the wrong one. This is the one that's in pounds. No, it's in kilos. Why has it got so much on board then? It's got so much fuel on board. It's in kilos, though. That's weird. I don't know, it's not making any sound, this plane, is it? Like, I turned sound off by accident. Nope, sound's turned on. Huh? I'm telling it to go to the headset earphone, but it's not doing anything. That's weird. Why is it not making any sound? PMDG setup, options, sound. Huh? Okay, so yesterday, last week, it made almost. That's a weird one. It's making no sound whatsoever. Oh, great. What's going on today, then? It's got no sound, then, all of a sudden, is it? No sound, for some reason. It's just decided that we'll have no sound today, is it? Still loading in the airport cache. Unfortunately, I don't think I can reload in the plane, otherwise it won't actually load the plane. The plane doesn't load if you reload it. Sound off, sound on. Okay, what's going on here then? What's the game done this time? Why am I not getting any sound? That's working. Settings, sound, it's in here, as it should be. No. I'm gonna have to reload. Fingers crossed. I don't think the plane will load now, though. I suspect that the plane will not load. Oh, great. Honestly, what is going on today? Oh, the plane. I don't think the plane's loaded, has it? I heard a sound, though. But the plane hasn't loaded. So what I need to do now, unfortunately, is load in a default 737 and then load in one of these 737s. That's what I need to do to get it to work again. Please. Typical this. I don't know why it does it. It's a weird glitch, but I have to load in a default 737 first and then load in. There's a default one. So I have to load in the default one, and then I have to load back in the PMDG one. Sound's not working at all, though. Like, that sound's working. So some of the sounds are working, but not all of them. That's weird. There's a massive switch on this one to get the battery to go on. Yeah, and none of this is making any sound. What? The engines are making sound. That's weird. So I don't know what's going on there. It appears that it's a bit weird today. Some things are making sound, some things aren't making sound. Is this to do with the scenery? I hope it isn't. I bet it is, though. I bet it's to do with the scenery I downloaded. It's like, because there were some new sound files that I put in. So maybe it's just the sound files have decided to corrupt my game. But this should have made the PMDG work, and it has. Oh, never mind, we've got sound. Lovely. Okay, problem solved. After, I don't know, 12 minutes or so. We've got it solved at last. Control is still online, it's not the end of the world. Wow. Okay, so that's all that done then. Great. Typical. And today I think we're going to do, I'm going to do via text for the ATC. Because that's what I'd rather do that after my sort of experiences with them. I'd rather just do via text because it can be a pain. It can. So we'll do it via text today. So, let's get the flight directors and all that on. Finally, it looks like it's working then. So I'll go to flight sim actions. First of all, I want to get the ground power on. Because this plane starts with the APU turned on, which I don't want. Payload today, we've got 179, so full. Cargo is basically 550 in each. Which has made that a bit more reasonable. And in terms of kilos for fuel today, we are taking 5,345. That's how much fuel we're taking. So none of it in the centre tank, which is good. Keep the cargo doors open. Open the back door as well. And there you go, I'm opening the main exit again now to make sure GSX decides to work today. And then I'll get this one onto the FMC. You can see here it says there AIRAC 1907, which is lovely. Means it's active. So what we'll do now is start setting up the aircraft. So where have we got now? Ding ding ding. What am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing right now? I think I've just lost it. Right, forget that. But let's get GSX running. Today we've got 179 peeps on board. Quite a few. We use service air here, don't we? Service air, yeah. I mean, you stand 2 in knock. But the handler's unknown. So let's just start off by getting in the ref airport today, which is EGGP, and we're at gate 2. Don't think it'll accept that, will it? Oh, wow, it will. Okay, that's cool. I'll go from EGGP today to EI, like that, yeah? No, that is Cork, isn't it? FR 6673. So for now, let's just stick with this. Right.
I'm right next to her.
Let's go ahead and request clearance. So 133.7 is the London Centre. Actually, I can't request clearance before I've actually filed and connected to Vatsim. That would help, wouldn't it? 56.
I'm doing good.
Lovely, I'm happy with all that. So connect, and then it's from EGGP to EIKN. Departure time is. Looking around for it. I can't find it. Huh? Where is it? Okay, for some reason it's not telling me about departure time. Oh, there it is, 7:40. We might make that.
Good evening, ma'am.
Might not.
I'm doing
Time in
good.
air today is 50 minutes. 28,000. It's cruising altitude. What's our cruising speed as well? Because obviously it will be a bit off, won't it? 460.
Hello. Thank you.
And the amount of fuel today is 2 hours and 1 minute.
Hello.
That's that's the amount of fuel they put on board. So I'm perfectly happy with all that. What I need to do now is copy in the route.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Text only. Make sure it says text only. And I've filed that now. So
Hello. Thank you.
So let's just try requesting clearance. I don't know whether they'll accept. Yeah, let's just say,
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
stand 2 at EGGP at, let's just say Liverpool.
Hello. Thank you.
2.
Yes, report. Climb flight level 29 yesterday.
Morning.
Good morning.
Climb level 290, flight for Lima.
Hello.
Right, I've sent that in.
Hello.
Hello, cleared. Okay, lovely. So we've got all our info. This is why I'm using it like this, is because I don't have to bother contacting ATC constantly. I have my instruction there. I can see the squawk code physically. So nice.
Good morning. Thank you.
6-1. Lovely. And then I can put that in. So that's it, all done. I love that. Okay, so now
Good morning.
Now we've got all our-
3 on Berwick Gatwick, stand 19,
all our
we have
stuff. We're going to fly
7200
27
LR.
today.
Requesting Alpha Commercial.
Making the wall 2T. Oh, it's lovely.
263 down Control Gatwick, unit come 128, right?
And then from there, we're taking
Good evening, ma'am.
L10.
How are you? I'm doing good.
I'm loving this though.
Good morning. Thank you.
Someone's just come in from like from Gatwick, which I find quite funny. Expecting like expecting control. I love that. Why do they do they not know? I mean, seriously, I know that, and that's saying something, isn't it? If I know something about a flight sim, then pretty much everybody else should at that point. But yeah, everything should hopefully go to plan. Because I have.
71 Mike Clark, I route track top. Delta Oscar Lima Alpha Sierra.
Oh, this is so nice. Look at that, the route was all in there. It was all up to date. And then we're taking ILS, I don't know what ILS, but let's just say A, because I can't really be bothered to pick one. And the Indo 1A.
2696, from Philadelphia to Unicorn 160
Wonderful. I've just planned all my route at once.
122.8 for Easy 696 Yankee Kitty.
That's lovely. All of it at once, all of it. That's so good,
Good
isn't
evening,
it?
ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Morning.
Good morning.
Didn't know you could do that. You know, it's one of those things. It's like amazing having the latest AIRAC when I've never had it before.
Hello.
Right. Is there a fuel weight?
Hello.
Just say 2 reserves. That's what we've always seemed to got, isn't it?
Sorry.
Cruise altitude today is 280, which is within what it wants.
Easy 16 flash drop round, anything further for you, Malty, come 122 left, mate.
D-rate, we won't go with any D-rate. It's quite a short runway here, isn't it, I think? Flaps 5.
Hello.
Trim is... None of these are for us, okay. 4.85, so that's that there. Add 15 to that, so that's 159. In there.
Telescope 54 Lima, climb flight level 33 straight.
Climb level 330, flight for Lima.
Lovely, okay. Because he hasn't given me an initial altitude, has he? Just said cleared by the Welsh Pool 2 Tango departure, squawk 5461. That's all he said, okay? So I'm happy with that. All he said. It appears a lot of other people have the same sort of sense as me and just go with text to me because they can't understand it. When like Vatsim update how they take in the noise, I will update it, but until then, no chance. Okay, so that should start shutting itself now, and I can start my APU. Let's start all this as well. Those on, that on. Make sure all this is ready, basically. We want everything to be all ready for when we leave. So I think that's everything for now.
Good afternoon, Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. I will give you interesting radio check.
The station calling radio check, readability 5.
So it's all starting up now, which is good. Make sure the recording is all good. It is lovely. Check the live control room. That's all good as well.
Rhino 15, can you just confirm your control on Manchester?
I can hardly understand a word they
Rhino
say,
5287.
So this is what we're all ready to go now, hopefully. So which means we can disconnect that. So let's go ahead and ask for pushback. Before I do that, let's just request pushback. Requesting push and start. Push and start approved facing east. Okay, so I'm actually not sure what east is anyway, but we'll have a go. I've got the charts up, so let's go ahead and get the docking chart up. Will it tell me which way east is? It probably won't, will it? Is there any kind of that's north, so no, that way. So that's right. It wants to fade right. Because we're going off 27, so that makes sense, yeah. So right. So they should kick in doing that now. Meanwhile, I think I'd like to check that everything is all working. So, oh, it's Wallasey. I thought it was Welsh Pool.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
So at Wall, it's the first one is 2,500 or above, and that's literally it. That's literally the departure. There is no departure, basically. You depart and then go straight to WAL, but that is the departure. Literally, that's it. So, you know. Oh well. I'm happy with that, I guess. I won't check the arrival yet. We can actually go out this page now, can't we, and go into the FMC and then progress. 230 miles, which is 2 miles under what we were expecting, so pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and get the ground chart up now to make sure I know which way I'm taxiing.
Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, so that's it now. We can get the anti-collisions on, and then start this one. Oh yeah, fuel pumps can come on as well.
Windsor 66, looking fairly few, 132, that's right.
Oh, make sure the packs are off as well, actually. I mean, I assume they're off because it's starting. They're on auto, but it's starting. What? Actually, they weren't fully starting. Get the next one to ground as well, actually. Start doing that. And we'll introduce the fuel. If I've done this correctly, I should now be turning. Hang on a minute, GSX. GSX, I told you to go right? I told them to go right. They're literally pushing me straight on. Okay, GSX is clearly blind today. I assume it's because of the scenery. I'm just going to guess that it's because of the scenery. Introduce fuel to the next engine, and that should start firing itself up as well. It is, lovely. They're still not, I don't know, you what? I told you to face me right! They've just pushed me straight back! Okay. Thank you, GSX, for messing that up. Ugh. There's no reason as to why they did that. They just did. They just wanted to mess me up. It's basically why.
Unlocking gear.
Get that off. Now, get these into continuous. Taxi lights on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass been removed.
GSX basically just decided to kill us. Like, by doing that. Or not kill us, but, you know, just annoy us, basically. Oh well. Get VNav and LNav in. One of them probably will turn itself off after takeoff anyway. So the flaps should start extending now. Look at this nice sunny day in Liverpool. How lovely and realistic.
Ride is clear.
So what we have to do now is requesting taxi. GSX pushed me straight anyway. Great. I don't know. GSX is obviously a bit sort of, I don't know, tired today. I have no clue. It's obviously a little bit confused. Should we say confused today? Taxi holding point A1. Is that on that's on the runway via Alpha, which is that one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to continue pushing back. So that's Alpha there, all the way along there. And I need to taxi to Alpha 1, so I need to do a full-on turnaround here because of what GSX did. Not nice, GSX, I'll be honest. Actually, I can just do a turnaround here, can't I? He might tell me I'm going the wrong way, unfortunately, but don't really know what I can do with that. Looks like this thing's actually quite good at turning round. Look at that. We've turned around. Quite quickly and easily, actually.
Control, good morning. This is
I'm on Alpha, just like that. So despite GSX doing that, we've survived. And we're taxiing down to Alpha 1.
Control, hello, push and start approved, please.
I'm liking this this Liverpool scenery, by the way. Why can't believe it? It's like this is the free version. Like this is the low definition version with less stuff. Like if you pay 10 quid, you get the proper good one. Can imagine how good that must be. Like oh, it's in flaps 10 for some reason. I only heard it make that sound once, but there you go. No, twice. I heard it go like the little flap sound that many times. Didn't hear it enough. Must have missed it the first time. Look how simplistic the Liverpool charts are as well. So we're going all the way down to Alpha 1, which is the very last bit of the runway. Which is good, obviously. So we've been live 35 minutes and we're only just leaving now. We're actually 5 minutes early, so we weren't that slow, but you know, still. I do like the look of this scenery though. It looks a lot more real world than it would have before. We've been cleared for takeoff, so no need to request clearance there then. So get the auto brakes ready. I'm happy with all of that. Make sure we'll do the checklist before takeoff as well. happy with that. Just do a recall quickly. And this should be Alpha 1 here. So this is Alpha 2, and then up ahead is Alpha 1, I think. Yeah, that's Alpha 1 over there. I'm liking the scenery though, I'm a fan of it. This is it here. Don't need to worry about it, we've been cleared for takeoff straight away. Let's get into the mode where it can actually see planes in the area. There's no other planes actually heading into Liverpool, so we should be okay. Okay, let's get this flight to Knock underway. And also, as people were probably guessing, this is also part of the UK tour we're doing today. That's all we're doing. The UK tour. The UK and Ireland tour to be exact, obviously. Because we are flying to Ireland too. Okay, right. Let's just get this thing lined up. I'm happy with that. And, right. I'm happy with all that. Get the yoke up so I can check it after takeoff, because you know what happened last time, I forgot to put the landing gear up because this thing doesn't say positive rate. Right, toga. N1 is set now, 80 knots. I still need to get rid of pedals because this thing's drifting all over the place. Imagine to keep it on track though. V1 rotates. V2 positive rate. Gear up. And once we hit 400 feet, VNAV's coming in. Let this thing accelerate now. Get the altitude in. I don't know what he means by passing altitude. I'm just gonna hope I got lucky. Right, off. Let's go down to none on the flaps. And also start the clock, because I forgot to do that. Luckily, smart cars will detect the full flight. We're climbing 280, okay. Which is exactly what I planned. Lovely. Let's get this all up then and start climbing. So let's just do the next checklist. Air conditioning, set. Start switches, set. Oh, I forgot to do the landing lights. Taxi lights can come off. The fixed ones stay on though for a bit. I always forget those, man. Yep. Landing gear, yep. Auto brake, yep. Flights, yep. Altimeters, standard. And that's it now. Okay. Time for us to start. So the course on landing is 264. I won't do the ILS course until a bit later in the flight. Make sure we set the transition level, which we'll just say is 6,000 for now. What's the altitude at Knock Airport? Oh, here, there's a little discontinuity, whatever you call it. 715 feet, so 700 feet for landing. Okay. No idea. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? 110.7. Let's just do it now anyway. Saves doing it later. 110.7 and 264. Oh, running lights can come off now. And seatbelts can come off. Looks like the landing speed in, not that it'll be the actual landing speed, it will have changed by then. Okay, so minimum is going to be approximately 915, roughly. So we'll just say 1,000 feet as minimums. It's a very high airport, Knock. What do I try searching? Barrow of... Which airport is it? AIKN. Will it tell me? Barrow procedures, it says. Well, there's 82 pages of this. Wow. You're kidding me? 82 pages just for this? All of it's just signatures. Oh, this is all of the islands.
Good
Be
morning,
able to find that.
KLM1474.
Just to get that.
Level 260, climb into 990, air keep inbound 74 miles. KLM 1474, limit control, hello, squawk 0542.
There's all that, all them chatting. We can get the charts for Liverpool shut down
KLM
now.
1474, is this squawk?
And I've got the actual NATS page
Squawk
still open.
0542.
Okay, now we can start to have a look at the flights ahead of us.
0543, KLM 1474. KLM 14740542.
So that's the landing we have.
Squawk 0543, East 1474.
Bit of an odd
KLM
arrival.
1474 is in text 0542.
Star runway 26.
0542, thank you. KLM 1474. 474, thank you. Flight level 290, route direct.
Still loading.
Delta Oscar Lima Alpha Sierra.
In DAP and then in... But that's basically it then. Like, that is literally it. It's literally just in DAP, and then the rest of it is
Direct Delta Oscar Lima Alpha Sierra, climb into level 290, KLM 1474.
and we bypassed past Ibatu, yeah. That's all correct. It's got it all correct, so I'm happy. I'm gonna keep it at that. It's what the plane says. I'm trusting what the plane says. Because the plane generally knows more than me, considering it's literally just had an update from Navigraph. So 21 miles to our top of climb, which I find quite weird. Because that's going to take 3 minutes. It's taking 5 minutes to do 20,000 feet. How is it going to take 2 minutes to just do 7,000? I mean, the maths is there, I guess.
Radio 132, start speaking.
1015. Thank you. Stand 3, correction 22, question start approved.
So I'm just looking at that spy now. I'm just looking at it. And Cork,
Well,
not
my two
sorry,
questions
got
start
nobody. Literally nobody on the way to Knock.
Start approved, Radio 132.
So it's very quiet. Stream, we have had one viewer consistent throughout the stream. And again, I mentioned that is not my stream, but that isn't because I'm watching it on YouTube. I'm watching it on the live control rooms. That doesn't count as a viewer because I'm not technically watching the video. I'm watching the actual stream page.
All stations London Control will be back in 1 minute. See you.
All the charts and all that are accurate, so yeah. So how long is it now? It's 45 minutes into the stream and we've only just taken off. Oh well. I think we've got quite a bit of time at Tot of Clyde today. Yep, we do. Obviously it's a bit of a longer flight to some of the others we've done. I mean, it's still not massive, is it? It's not a giant flight. So we're going to be within London's control until... Where are we going then? So it's Bagso? I think we go to Bagso, don't we? Yeah, we do go to Bagso. From Bagso, we've got no control. So that's where the London control runs out. And Bagso is approximately just over 40 miles away now. So it's just over, yeah, so it's approximately 50 miles away. We're almost at cruising altitude now though.
No stations London Control is back.
So just checking all this, make sure it's okay, we haven't got any boarding lights or anything stupid like that. Which we haven't, which is a good thing, obviously. All this is all working. Make sure this is all set up. Oh, there's the little bell to tell us that we're approaching cruise.
Control 21732, I have some issues with the taxi.
I'll put that in there now. The fuel flow is going to go rapidly back now.
Last station calling for taxi call something.
Now we've reached cruise. So how long are we going to have at cruise then? I'm going to estimate 15 minutes maybe.
Delta, hold Delta 1.
That's until 7:46 Zulu.
Taxi
7:41 Zulu. So it's only 10 minutes, 69 miles at cruise. And then we're descending again. So we have more time at cruise than some of the other flights we've done, put it that way. So it's registered there that we're cruising on smart cars, so all fine, all lovely and fine. I'll see if I can get like the intermission logo or something, and then make it smaller. And then crop it. No, unfortunately that's not going to work, is it? Text, no, that doesn't work either. Oh well, I think we're going to have to stick with the fact that I just have to live with that black thing at the bottom until I maybe... I'll design like a strip at the bottom or something, I don't know. Wait and see.
Good morning, Jersey 565, span through Newcastle, West Clearance. Jersey 565, you should have PDC from me, check your private messages, I'll resend it there.
So actually, let's get Unicom plugged into the standby column, because that's who we're going to be connecting to next, I think. Well, 1, 2, 3,
Jersey 565, yeah, we do have the PDC, so much.
There's an American registered plane out here, but it's... Why is it American registered? It's a Cessna. How random. As I mentioned, nobody else is flying
Quebec Uniform, nothing further. Unicom 162, lost my bye.
Actually, let's have a look. How small is Knock? Is it a there you go, we've just been told. We've been told to go on to the Unicom a bit early. Because if I look at my map, we're actually still within their sector. But oh well. Try and get rid of this quickly. Oh, I forgot. It's that glitch of like 122.8 is actually a ATIS report for one of the airports in Ireland. Really? Can you not, game? Please. What I did was undock it and then move it. I don't want to do that though. Why do I have to have... Why is that a thing? It's so annoying. It's receiving both... It's receiving 2 at 1 basically. Which is a bit of a glitch, unfortunately. I think we've lost contact with the ATIS. Look, it's not coming up now. I don't know. I don't even know where it is. Oh, let's have a look at this person flying their little Skyhawk. No, it wouldn't let me. I think they just went out of our range at that exact moment. Oh, please. Why on earth is to do this? It's so annoying. I should check the ATIS has updated, but it's still in favour of runway 26. So, happy for now. The problem is, every time I close it, it just comes back, so... Yeah, well, let's just move it down there. I don't know, maybe try and move it to the top. Let's make it less than, oh yeah, okay, we'll do that. Put the little, the menu up, I can still see it, but it's less annoying, to be honest. Just flying along here. You are. I can hear my voice though when I turn that on. It's quite funny. I did like though being able to input the route though and not having any issues with it. It's like, unfortunately, I had a few issues with the Aerosoft Airbus. Trying to get that to sort of input properly, but all my other planes, well, were fine. It's just the Aerosoft Airbus. It's because I bought it on Steam. I've learnt now never to do that again. Like, it's so annoying. It's a bit of an old arrival, isn't it, into we're at 3,000 for like ages, and then we eventually sort of go normal. We're making that little turn now. And now it's 93 miles, and that's it, we're approaching the airport. So we're descending in. 21 miles. So we've still got a bit to go yet. So we'll pop this altitude meter down to the ILS altitude, which is at 3,000. So we might end up doing 2 flights, we might do 3, I don't know, it depends on the time I think. All I know is our next leg is from Knock, where we do have scenery in Knock, which is good. So from Knock down to Bristol is our next leg. So yeah, at the moment, it's simply just chill time, I think. How long at the top of descent? 11 miles. I'll make sure this is set up now. Landing altitude is set, anti-ice, don't need it. Discussed and the altitude bugs and the speed bugs are set. No do any of those. Okay, that's that checklist done for descent. I'm just gonna quickly check. Our landing speed has changed by 1 knot, so I'll just quickly change that again. And then I'll once again check my ILS to make sure I've done it correctly. 110.7 and 264. 264, 110.7. Okay, so it's all correct. We've done it right, which is good. This thing just suddenly slowed down by 6 knots. Don't know why it decided to just do that. I do like the views you get over Ireland though. It's nice. Unfortunately outside I do suffer some FPS drops. But then once I'm actually into the outside camera, it goes away. I don't know what happens, it just does. Bit unfortunate, but you know. 72 miles in DAP, and we're 2 miles from descent. So we'll be descending, and then that should be it. I don't think there's any flights inbound to Knock, no. Dublin, we've got 2 flights, 1 left, and again, there's a flight to Bristol from Newcastle that hasn't set off yet, but I don't think I'll meet that. Because I've still got to land and then do all the servicing, then take off. He's just got to take off. So, and that's a fly B. So, must be in a jet stream or something then. Presumably he's in a jet. No, he's in an E170, so it's not realistic then, is it? So we're stood there with descending. So how long do we have at descent? Like at cruise, we had 10.5 minutes at cruise. So not too long. I've definitely had longer, but I've also definitely had shorter. Cough, cough. Back to last episode. The Liverpool flight was 1.5 minutes at cruise. 1.5 minutes. Wow, that was funny. Only 100 miles to Knock now. I do like Ireland. You can see it's very flat, isn't it? They just use the same texture like 1,000 times. You just see on the ground all the textures are exactly the same. I've flown over Ireland in real life. It doesn't look like that, but you know, oh well. I think the flight between Knock and Bristol will also be a reasonably long flight. Roughly the same as this one, I think. And then we'll fly on to Dublin, maybe. The Dublin scenery I'm a bit worried about. because it has given me a bit of trouble. It crashed when I first attempted to load in the scenery, and then I disabled the scenery, because what it was is the knock scenery, when I did it how you were supposed to, it actually came up with a proper thing that I could click on, and it activated the scenery. With this I just entered it, I had to enter in the file thing myself to try and see if it would work, but it never did, so I don't know, I'll have to wait and see on that. But because it's disabled, I mean, I've just flown past, I've been looking at that spy, I just flew past Dublin, and there was no game crash, so, because that's Dublin there, so I just flew past it. And there was nothing crazy, so hopefully we'll get lucky. No one's chatting or even watching this stream, are they? We've literally had 2 separate viewers all stream, that's all we've had. 2 separate viewers. Again, that's not me, I'll say that, it's not me. 90 miles to knock, 89 miles, it's just gone down. Who would have thought, is when you get close to a place, it'll go down? I mean, I never knew that, right? Joking, everybody knows that. Okay, so we're just descending at the moment. I don't know, at the moment, this flight's been pretty chill. I bet I've just jinxed it now. We're gonna land, and it's gonna be like an absolute Ryanair special landing. I'm gonna find some way to crash, even though damage is turned off. I managed to do that in the Majestic Dash 8. I had such a hard landing. Even though damage was unticked, I burst the landing gear. I don't know how I did, and then just went spinning off the runway. Wasn't fun. But there you go, that's what happens, I guess. Bit of a stupid thing, but there you go. Oh wow. Learned my lesson now. And we should have ATC actually. Actually no, we won't, because that's London North Centre. I keep forgetting it's... I was going to go, oh, we might have ATC in Bristol. Nope. I forget. Actually, let's have a look at the UK ATC bookings. UK Vatsim. I should be able to go to, it's called VATS UK, yep. ATC bookings. Let's have a look. So, London's online for an event later in the day. But we're looking, so, I don't see any mention of anywhere here. So it doesn't look like we'll have anything. The London Centre booking that's currently on at the moment is nowhere to be seen. The London North Centre booking that they had. There's no confirmation of it whatsoever. But at the moment it's looking like we won't have any. Manchester's online, but nowhere else. And I think Newcastle's going to be online in about an hour's time. Apparently Gatwick ground would have just fired up. They have. But there's nothing crazy, is there? Nothing crazy. Oh, I've now had 3 playbacks, so someone else has also clicked on the stream. Good. Only 36 miles to Indat now, so... How far is it now? 74 miles. So what's that, 20 minutes? Less than 20 minutes. It's 17 minutes until landing, approximately. So we should make the target of a 50-minute flight. The average flight time is also 50 minutes. So that's how long I was expecting it to take. The average landing rate is minus 258 on this flight. So that's our aim, is to beat minus 258. Judging by the last 2 landings, that's true. Like, that we can do that. I bet now I've jinxed it, and I'll... Honestly, mark my words, we'll do a minus 600. We just will. Because, you know, that's how it works with Ryanair, isn't it? You have a couple of good landings, that's too much good luck. It's Ryanair, we have to land badly, it's the rules. I don't think I've ever been on Ryanair where they haven't landed badly, you know? It's like... Ryanair are kings of bad landings. They're kings and queens of bad landings. And all the other ranks. They're the princesses of bad landings and the princes of bad landings. And the Duke of bad landings and the Duchess of bad landings. They're basically every high rank in the world of bad landings. Let's just put it that way. They're the CEO of hard landings as well. Right. Just passing 16,000. So we're not far to knock now. I can see on my little screen on Vatsim. And I've got that showing as 63 miles. Not far now. Not far now. It is the weirdest approach ever, this one. You like sort of fly a bit past the airport by like 10 miles and then sort of route back on, and then you have to stay above 4,500 for quite a bit, and then you have to stay above 3,000 for a good bit as well. There's exactly 5 miles between every single waypoint. I've only just noticed that. I'm going to put it down to 20 nautical mile gap now. Okay, so let's just quickly check the landing speed again. The landing speed is all accurate. So let's just check the ATIS again. It's not updated since 7:30. There should have been one at 8, but there's not. We've just gone out of range of Manchester Centre. Interesting. We should do some VFR sometime. I think we should do that. Like some little bits of VFR flying. 17 miles. So what's our estimated altitude going to be? It's still flight level, so basically 9,500 feet. Still planned. Any notifications from smart cars? Nope, none whatsoever. Oh, it's coming to that time now where we need to start descending for 10,000 feet as well. So just now, before we start doing any of this crazy stuff, let's get the seatbelts on. Just make life easier for everybody, basically. I'm getting a bit of a low FPS at the moment. Maybe Knock Airport just loaded in. No, it hasn't. But my FPS has gone. It's gone from being like 20 set. It's gone from being 40 to 50 to being like 26. And then I face this way, it goes back up to normal. And then I face this way, I don't know. It appears to have gone a bit back. It's still saying 26, but it feels a lot. It feels better than 26. Put it that way. And my it's recording in 48 on my OBS, so I don't really get that. Let's just stick with it. I'm guessing that it's loaded in the scenery, and that's what's caused it. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, that reminds me, we're now pretty much at 10,000, which means the airplane should start to brake. And there it is. It's just hit the little decel point, and I can start to put out the spoilers for it, because we do need to start slowing down, obviously. Only 44 miles out now, not far at all. Oh, it's starting to trim itself. Going a bit crazy on the trim, obviously, it always does. Right, we're below 250 knots now, so I'm happy to take that out. got below 250 knots quite easily today. Strange that happens, but today we're managing it. Unfortunately, we are now going slower than planned. Well, it's not slower than planned, it's the speed we're supposed to be doing. I just don't like going that slow. Basically, that's a sum up of it. I don't like going that slow. I don't think anybody likes going that slow. Right, how long is the runway? It's 7,500 feet, quite short, so we'll set all brakes 3. Not max, 3. It's just turned now, making its turn towards the airport. And even though in the outside view I'm still getting 48 FPS from OBS, which I'm happy with. Just checking everything, it's all good. We've been in the air so far 32 minutes. What does smart cars say? Does it tell me? 34 minutes, so... Obviously, because we start the clock a little bit late, I trust smart cars is generally more accurate with that. It reckons 7 minutes till arrival. I've got the Boeing saying 10 minutes till arrival, so a couple of little differences there. I trust the Boeing because it takes into account winds and stuff, which other planes don't do. The Airbus doesn't do that, but this Boeing does. So. Yeah, we're up at 42 FPS then for a minute. Makes no sense to me, this sudden sort of changing of FPS, but never mind. Are we like at landing? We're not landing yet, are we? We're not at that stage yet. So this thing is going to start to go down as far as 4,000, that's how far it can go. No, 3,000. So until I get closer to the ILS, that's what I'll keep it at. This thing's going a slight bit too fast, but it's not really a problem. It's still, that's why this plane always sets it to 240 knots, is that if it goes a little bit over, it's okay. Because you can afford to go like 5 knots over, because the limit's 250 knots, not 240 knots. Which obviously helps. I'm glad that the plane does this. The Airbus just sticks to bang on 250. This one gives you 10 knots leeway for it, which is better, I think. So we bypassed that now. The next one is Lesro, which is still 4,500 or above, and then we're on to the 3,000 or above section then. And I forget that this airport is at 700 feet altitude, so we're obviously a lot higher than we actually are. No, we're a lot lower than we actually are, that's what I meant. So like, even though the ILS is 3,000, it's actually really 2,300. If you count this distance to the ground, so let's set the QNH in there now, because we're approaching our transition altitude of 6,000. This thing has overdone the turn a little bit. Well, not overdone it. It's like couldn't turn quick enough. So, what's the actual? I'm just wondering. What's the Yeah, the bank angle is as far as it'll go, which is 30 degrees. We haven't hit the decel yet. Go down to 10 nautical mile range now. That allows us to see the approach a whole lot better. How far are we out now? Just 23 miles. So it is fun. Like, this is basically final for the airport. Like, we're just straight from here. And most airports, this section is about 7 to 10 miles long. Here, it's 23 miles long. Bit strange. Obviously, I've never ever flown into Knock, so I wouldn't know. Oh, the Newcastle Tower went online a little bit earlier than planned, than booked. Not got no flights. Bristol, the flight to Bristol still hasn't left yet from Newcastle, so who knows, we might end up flying to Bristol at the same time, but I doubt it. Just passing 5,000 now, so we're getting quite low, and it's time to start popping in all the info. Our landing speed hasn't changed, that's the landing speed I'll use as final. Let's start getting ready to arm spoilers. And make sure the landing lights are fully on, which I forgot to do earlier. Put these into continuous. And that should be it. We'll do the landing gear obviously when we're closer to the ground, but you know. EP bleed can go off actually, ready for Whoa, it is lagging a bit, isn't it? Obviously, I've never flown into this airport with the scenery, so I don't know how in detail the scenery is, so have to wait and see on that. We're actually approaching the airport pretty much now, so I'll wait until we've caught up with the localizer. So I'll get the approach ready, and we've hit the localizer, but we haven't hit the glide slope yet. And once we hit the glide slope, that's when I'll start descending. I'll start putting in the flaps now, actually. It's weird because we're getting like full 60 FPS like in the wing area. It's a bit strange, but never mind. Gone to flaps 2. That's as far as I'll go for now. Shame we haven't caught up with the glide slope yet. It'd be nice when that happens, because I can see the airport, so at the moment this thing's just doing a very simple minus 500 FPM. I love the sound of the flaps moving. It's so realistic as well. I don't know, on Airbus you can almost never hear the flaps going out, but you can hear it so well on a 737. You can really hear it. Okay, so the glide slope is almost here now, so that's good. So I'm going to keep it in this sort of flaps 5 state for a little bit longer now. I can see the airport, it is lagging, so I suspect the airport scenery is a bit more in depth than I planned. Yeah, it is actually, it's got a ton of stuff. I can see an Aer Lingus parked up on the ground as well, so obviously a bit of an in detail scenery, isn't it? And let's go ahead and get the... I don't need that chart anymore. I want the aerodrome chart. I've got a docking chart. Don't think we do, unfortunately. This is the most confusing aerodrome chart in the world. There's literally a tiny little bit of taxiway. That's literally all it's giving me. Unless that is literally how small it is, the ground chart, that's going to become a bit of a problem. But that's the runway there, and we'll just, I don't know, I'll have to try and do it myself. And we use standard number 2, which is there. So I can clearly see that, it's just not very clear. So there's the 8-1 off exit alpha. So actually that is it, it's that small an airport. It's not joking. So we're flying in that way. I might have to turn around at the end of the runway or go off on the cargo apron. I'm not really sure yet, I'll have to wait and see. But we are approaching in the wrong direction for the passenger terminal. And actually, I wasn't looking. We're very close to landing, so let's go ahead and get the autopilot out. Get the auto throttle out. And then get this down to... There's the little minimums warning that we get. So this thing's slowing down as it should. There you go, there's 1,000. And then I'll get the throttle out. The wing flex must be like crazy at the moment. It is, as usual. Okay, so at the moment we're approaching the airport, so that lag is still there, but I can't really see why, because the scenery from here doesn't look that detailed, but you know. They've kept the runway though, the default runway and stuff.
Minimums.
So there's minimums, which is what we'll expect. Continue. You can see how much...
Terrain.
It's giving us a terrain warning. 200.
Sync rate.
It'll probably end up being a bit of a rough one, this.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I think that was a bit rough, I can't tell, but well, the plane's gone a bit all over the place. Hold the clock there. And it's right, I can't actually use... That is the cargo bit, isn't it, I think? Can't really tell. And I'm all this. Okay, that should be that. What was the landing rate? It was 424, so it's still accepted, but it's pretty bad. Let's put it that way. So, oh, it's only giving me 2 parking positions, unfortunately. It'll be service there, won't it, for us? So where they want me to park, is it I assume it's over there then. So stand 1, and then stand 4 is the one in the cargo area. So let's just quickly flick this around. Bit of an old airport, Knock, gotta say. It's a tiny airport. I like the scenery for it though. I think it's quite nice. And the lag is basically gone now we've landed, so I don't know what that was about. Wasn't a great landing, but wasn't rubbish. It wasn't shocking, put it that way. As I said, Ryanair have always got to have some hard landings, and that was ours, so taxi lights can come on as well. We might only end up doing 2 flights in this stream, you know, I'm not really sure. Depending on the time. It's only 9:30 now, so I can probably keep it at 3 flights at this rate. I can see where we're parking, or where I think we're parking anyway. This is a weird airport though, it's tiny. Literally tiny. And there's already a Ryanair there, so that's obviously where we park, you know. I better not be parked where I'm parking. I don't think it is, luckily. I can see all the GSX sort of vehicles. I can't tell, because they've got some ground vehicles that are part of the scenery, and then others that are part of GSX. So it's not particularly obvious which is which. I believe one of these. That's our stand there, I think. So I can see all the usual GSX sort of stuff there. So that's why we can't park in stand 2. There's already one there. And it's being de-iced. How stupid it's literally being de-iced. I love that. Why is it being de-iced when it's 20 degrees out here? I have no idea, but there you go. Part of the scenery, I guess. Well, not I guess. I know it's part of the scenery, but still. Oh, it looks like the marshal's working today. So he's telling us to go left at the moment. Still left. Still more left. And now he's bringing us forward. And there it is, he's asked us to stop there. So, switch on to APU power. Cut the engines. And then immediately I'm actually just going to go on to a ground connection anyway. So, you know. And then fire that up. Anti-collision can come off. Strobes stay like that, they do. Engine switches are off. Off. Okay, that should... Oh yeah, fuel pumps. Okay, it just lost power for a minute there. Oh wow, they just decided to lose power. So, doors... Don't know why it decided to lose power, even though I activated it. No clue. Oh well. Right, deboarding. I think our parking was alright there. I mean, I don't know, we've parked way far forward, but it's where GSX asked me to stop. So, I guess that's how it is. Oh yeah, we don't need the air stair today, do we? So the air stair's closing. I can now turn off the smart cars for now. Well, finish it basically. It is a little bit laggy, this scenery, but it's tolerable, definitely. So while GSX got on with that, all the plane's all set up now and finished with. Left entry forward, even though it's already open. That somehow always happens. And there it is, that is the flight already with deboarding and everything, so. And we're parked up, it's still making, it feels like the engines are still making sound, but they're obviously not. And I just I keep accidentally doing that, you know.
Bye-bye.
It's a bit stupid, isn't it? I keep accidentally turning off the power to the plane.
You did
It's
a
like,
great job.
oops. Wait, the packs can come off now we're on the ground, can't they? Maybe bleed can come on for when we start the engines later, I guess. Doesn't really matter, does it?
Right, thank you for a wonderful flight.
Okay, so what we need to do now is we just go back to that page there, refresh the page because we've now finished that flight. So how many points did we get? I assume we lost a couple of points for the bad landing. I'm going to guess we lost points. Was it bad enough to lose points? It was a hard landing. Only lost 10 points, so it wasn't that bad. clearly. And now, I believe we're flying to Bristol, aren't we? If I look at the dashboard of V Ryanair and then look at the event. And then here you go, UK and Ireland Tour 2. Should tell me here, Bristol. Yep. So we're flying to Bristol now. So there's Bristol. How do we fly to so many destinations with so little gates? So we're flying now down to Bristol.
Hi, hello, thank you.
So that's booked there, lovely.
Bye-bye.
We've got 186 passengers, so we've got even more. Not that this can take it anyway.
Bye-bye.
Right, new flight then. It's FR 8203. I can disconnect from Vatsim now. And we're departing from EIKN, was it? Yeah, EIKN to EGGD, whatever, I don't know why I said that many times. So all this in, ATC call sign today is Ryanair 11 Echo Juliet.
Bye-bye.
And passengers is full, basically. The route, can I try and stick with the same one?
Great job, gentlemen.
I can't because it goes from com.
Bye, thank you. Bye.
It's actually a longer flight, this one. This is the one they're recommending, but it doesn't involve any kind of SID. So actually, let's keep that. We'll keep the route that it's shorter, basically. So it makes a lot more sense for us to do that.
Bye, thank you.
I know
for a
that
wonderful
I
flight.
think the conditions here are still right for that runway. Let's just check.
Thank you. Good night.
Bristol is 300 at 5 knots. So
Bye-bye.
runway 27 is the correct one to be using at this time.
Thank
So
you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
and the cruise altitude is, what's cruise altitude? Flight level 310. So that's all that done.
Bye-bye.
So let's go ahead and generate the UFP for that.
Bye.
I'm going to get the charts of Bristol in. So I can just pop this straight up to 310, I think.
Bye-bye.
And let's start putting in the route for the next. I don't know why it needs our reference airport. It's a bit strange.
Bye-bye.
I mean, we just flew here. Surely it knows, right? But obviously not. It's FR, isn't it? I forget.
Great job, gentlemen.
FR. What's it? 8203.
Bye,
I put
thank you
9203.
for a wonderful flight.
8203.
Bye. Have a good one.
So we're departing off runway 26, and that's it. So from 26, we're going to com.
Thank you. Good night.
Connaught it is. And then from there, we're going to Backer. And then N546 to Stew. And then we're arriving runway 27 ILS on the Bristol 1 Bravo arrival. So that's all that in. Make sure we've got no discontinuity. Oh, well, however you pronounce them. That's it. So we should all be ready to go. Obviously, it's a bit early yet, isn't it?
Thank you. Good night.
Oh, mate, call is literally just like as soon as we leave. That's weird, isn't it?
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful
Okay, it's
flight.
due 30. Apparently, we need to be at 17,000 feet. I'm definitely checking that. Bristol 1B. This is the one here. It starts at STU, Amman, There's no
Thank you
mention
for a wonderful flight.
that you need to be at 17,000 there. No mention whatsoever. That waypoint doesn't even exist on those charts. STU 30, that's 30 miles after STU. Nothing. Literally nothing. So, I'm actually going to delete that one. Because it's not there. So unless I get told by ATC about it, it's not there on the chart. And then go to the Brecon VOR, and then into Bristol. That is the arrival. We have to double back on ourselves, do we? I think we do. Let's have a look at the ILS chart, ILS 27. Looks like you do have to go there and then double back on yourself. So, it looks like that's what they recommend, is to do that, so to double back. So, that's what we're doing, I guess. I'll just check that that's all correct, because I should be able to tell from the length of the flight. So let's go ahead and check that. It's 293 miles, which is about 15 miles over, but not that much, is it? Let's go ahead and connect again then to Vatsim. Amount of airtime today is 56 minutes, so 6-minute longer flight. Cruising speed, I'll guess it is still 460, right? $430, wow. Actually, that Stew 30 is still there. It's still a thing. But it's not on the charts. That's what's weird. It's not actually on the charts, so I don't really get that. I have to see about that. How much fuel we taking then? It's 2 hours and 15 mins of fuel, so follow that flight plan there. What's the average flights on this route? Is 1 hour and 1. So we'll reset the timer, ready for later when we leave. I don't actually need the charts, but I'll wait until we've left first. So I've now popped up on knock. Under control, it's still just the north centre. And that flight to Bristol is set off now, so don't think I'll be okay, I think everything all good. So now what I want to do is request boarding. So I actually have 100, what was it, 84 today? Now 186. Oh my word! Constant this 186 packed on board, man. Whoa. Okay, refresh that. Start the flight, and that's it. So I need to load fuel onto the aircraft now. So let's go ahead and do that. So the amount of fuel we're taking today is 5736. So that's that fuel sorted in there, and then the payload, well, is staying the same. Cargo, how much cargo we got? Is 938. So cargo is having a downgrade of 100 kilos in both bits. So we have got less cargo than flight here. So
Hello.
to go back to the doors page, let's go ahead and fit all this now. So
Hello.
that's all the weight done. It recommends It recommends a cruising altitude of
Good morning.
I've got a couple of errors there, unfortunately.
Good morning. Thank you.
So it's giving us a couple of warnings there. One warning in particular, actually, only one warning. And that's here. It thinks it can't reach 250 knots in time. Which I think is a bit odd. It's because it's after 10 knots, that's why. It's because it's after 10,000 feet. But it just suspects that it can't reach it, which is a bit odd. Landing altitude, if we round, is it's just close to 650, but not by a lot.
I'm right next to her.
So we'll settle that up now. Your damper can go back on, because it switches itself off when the power goes from the aircraft. So I need to fix that. Let's get this thing all the way back up to the top. Come on, quickly. There you go, lovely. I still need to actually enter in all the takeoff stuff as well, so.
Morning.
N1 limit, no D-rates, I don't want any D-rates. Takeoff.
Hello.
That's all that. Trim of 4.83.
Morning.
Yeah, that's accurate. V2 speed's all the same, so set that up to 159. Haven't got LNAV yet.
Morning.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do this second page.
Morning.
Good morning.
I always forget to do that page. Why did it deletes the same speeds, even though they're exactly the same now. I always forget that you need to do the second page, even though there's actually nothing there. Runway slope obviously 0. You can't have runway slope in this particular flight sim, so it's always 0. I think I've set everything up now, so I think all I need to do now is wait
Morning.
Good morning.
for everything to board. So there's the it does look like we've got cargo finished with, but we're still waiting on the passengers, I think, before we can leave.
Good morning. Thank you.
I'm just going to quickly check on here that it does say text only. It does say text only, which is good. We'll set the heading to
Good morning.
the runway's heading, which is 264.
Hi, morning.
I'm right next to her. Thank you.
Put the orbiter into RTO. May as well.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
So we're getting set for today's second flight of the day, which is good. So yeah, so this is the charts here then. This is the bit I was confused about. Let's have a look again, because I don't see any evidence. Okay, general information.
Thank you.
Standard routes, none of this. 6,000 transition altitude, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that we pass through that has certain restrictions. There's no kind of arrival, intercept, VCN, VOR. There's nothing mentioned there. Warning: do not proceed beyond Bristol without ATC clearance. Okay, it's none of the warnings. Descent planning. Oh, here you go. Flight level 170, 10 miles west of Amman. So 10 miles from Amman, which is Stu 30. I'm being stupid. It says it quite clearly there. doesn't it? It said it there, that's what it was. Just wasn't very clear. Which is exactly 10 miles from Alan. Okay. It just says it very, very unclearly. But we need to have 17,000 feet. Oh, I need to do slash 170, and that's put that in there. So we do need to be at 170. I've just checked there. It's just not very clear on the charts. It just says it in a tiny, tiny little box right at the end of notices about the approach. Literal little tiny little box. That's all we've got, unfortunately. And that's it. That's all I've got to go off. But yeah, they could make it a bit more clear on the chart itself, but they didn't. So I just need to check that from now on. And the boarding has been completed, so you can start at the APU and get those things on. Been asked to close the doors, which I've now done, so I just need to go into ground connections. I have closed yet. What's it on about? I've closed them, haven't I? Yeah, I've closed them. Just wondering that. Okay, so the APU it hasn't fired up yet. Okay. I can actually get the all them running now. Well, switch the ignition to the other one, because that's what you do in real life, to ensure wear is equal on both sides of the ignition. And there it is, it's fired up, so we can turn that off. It's in flaps 5 now, so that will start to go out, which it is. Okay, so get this engine page set up here, and then ask for pushback and departure. I'm going to go right.
Hello, Captain.
We're still on Unicorn, obviously that's expected. We're ready for pushback, so anti-collisions, I'll put them on now, ready. Packs are off, which is good.
Locking gear.
So they're getting our plane ready to push. Make sure all this is correct.
Archer check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Oh, that's done.
Release parking brakes.
They're
Commencing
released.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So engine 2 is going to start now, which it is. Lovely, I'm glad that works then. On into ground as well, and then I can go back and then into the FMC and then to the progress page where I will stay. Okay, so this is now all good. Introduce fuel into that engine. Introduce fuel into the other engine, which is now starting up, so I can go into continuous now, ready. Tack lights can come on, ready. Actually, since we're so close to the runway, I'll put on the landing lights. We're actually that close to the runway, you know, like. And that's that one, so that's into continuous as well. and we can get the APU off now. So that should be everything ready. If I check the recall, got absolutely nothing. I can
Set
turn off the
parking
weather
brakes.
radar, actually I don't want that. So start switches are in continuous, MCP is set, transponder is set, landing and strobes were set, the retracts are also set. And let's go ahead and get these back into auto and the APU bleed off. We have almost been pushed back into a fence there. I think we might have also collided with the other Ryanair plane. Love how realistic that is, but you know, let's just stick with that. We're flying to Bristol, where we have some UK 2000 scene, which is generally better than this scenery.
Unlocking gear.
Just refresh all of this. I'm happy with all that.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
I can move the engine info into that small little bit there. I mean that everything should all be ready to go now. Just waiting for them to sort of basically go away from the plane.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
They go have a good trip, so I can now leave. We're going off in the right direction, so we need to turn left and then loop at the end of the runway. There is a loop space for me to do that. I don't really know what it's called. I'm just going to call it a loop space thing. Don't know why. And that plane that's on its way to Bristol is well on its way to Bristol, so I don't think we'll be we're going to match with it, are we? So we're just heading on to runway now. Plane's all ready for takeoff. Obviously no traffic here on Unicom and all that, so there's no need to faff around with anything like that. Sort of like clearing for takeoff or anything. There's no need for that. We did have ATC earlier, not now. So this one is a bit of a longer flight than some of the others we've done. I think this is probably one of the longest we've done in this particular series of this sort of UK and Ireland tour. So we're getting ready to take off now. We'll turn around at this bit coming up here. Well, we're already at around 53 and we haven't even left like for the second flight yet. So this stream's definitely been longer than the other one we did. So I think it's also going to break the record for longest stream. We might not have time to do the third flight, unfortunately. I like doing 3 flights. Like 3 flights, I think 2 might be the correct amount. I think I'll learn that after this. But doing 3 is too many because, you know, given the time, I think we might have to limit it to 2 today. So just turn around in this little circle here that is specifically for planes to turn around. And then we'll get lined up on the runway and then we'll go. So I'll just check the recall one last time, which is good. It's good, so I'll make sure I want the open to actually be up when we take off. And we are straight on the runway. Toga. I'm going to stay inside the cockpit though, as much as I like 80 knots, as much as I like that nice outside view. Yeah, we're staying pretty straight on the runway this time. V1. Rotate. V2. And that's us out of here. Positive rate gear up. Start the clock on time this time. That's back to position 2. Almav's coming in. This plate's now starting to speed up, so I can put the flaps back down to 0. I'm happy with the way it's heading, so I can pop it into autopilot now. New tracks have been off. These can go into flight mode. And no, anti-collision stay on. Taxi lights, they're the ones that go off. And that should be it now, if I just check my little checklist. Air conditioning set, start switches set, landing gear up, auto brakes off, flaps set, altimeters set, later, do that later. Let's recharge, altitude, so that's good. So now it's 150 miles to Backer. And that's it, we're in the air. Just like that, we didn't have long in the ground, did we? And that's it there, it's ready to take off, so... I don't think we'll be, anyway, no, it's estimated we'll arrive actually about an hour after. Roughly an hour after this flight from Newcastle, so... We're not near each other whatsoever. Standard. So it's very simple taking off and all that, which is good. We can actually shut down the charts now for knock. Do they know in terms of gates they use at Bristol? Anything like that? Gates 1 to 6, 22 to 26, 29, 30. Inbound flights from Dublin use 1 to 6. Obviously we're not from Dublin. Handler, service air. Okay, so we're using service air. Any of those gates listed there. I think 22 to 26 is what we're going to look at. Definitely, because the other ones are used for inbound flights from Dublin. And they go passing 10,000. Those can go off. And we can also get seatbelts off. So how far now is this saying until we get to the top of the climb? 60 miles. Not bad, considering we're going all the way up to 31,000. So, no, quite a decent bit today. Looking at the recordings, all good. We've now had 5 different viewers join this. We've had 2 likes as well. Thank you to whoever it was who liked it. I appreciate it greatly. It's only 2, but you know, it's getting somewhere. Getting somewhere, right? Right. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna go ahead and change the title of the stream to get rid of Dublin, because there's no way that I'm flying to Dublin. This stream's already 2 hours long, and I'm only just taking off. So I think we'll stick it. Cause I do watch Captain Canada. He's a streamer, YouTuber who does FSX, and he tends to do 2 flights a stream, and that lasts 2.5 to 3 hours. So that's, I think, what most people will do. Obviously, Squirrel, I think, does 2 or 3 flights. So that's the sort. I think I'm definitely going to stick to 2, unless they're insanely short. Like if we're doing VFR flights, I'll do more. But for this particular tour, I think 2 flights a stream is reasonable for this sort of short hop. I mean, this isn't even a short hop. It was up at 290 miles. You know, it's like not short, but not long. You know, it's not quite a short hop. But it takes an hour, so it's not quite a short hop, is it? So I've crossed off the charts for Dublin because I don't need those anymore. So we should be hitting our top of climb 15 minutes into the flight, which means we should be 11 minutes away from top of climb at the moment, 10 minutes away from top of climb. So it should now be 8:40, 8:43, so I might hit in top of climb bits sooner. How accurate was I with the clock this time? 5 minutes in, 5 minutes in. Lovely, I'm perfectly happy with that. The clock is bang on accurate. Hopefully this time I can have a bit of a better landing, eh? Actually, that reminds me, we've set the cruise level. Haven't set the approach speed, I'll put that in there now. Right, course is 268 and 110.15. What's really strange is it hasn't picked up the ATIS for that airport that we were picking up like earlier, which is a bit strange because we're heading out in exactly the same direction that we left, but never mind. I'm sure it'll be back. I'm sure it'll be back somewhere. It always is. Just passing 10,000. This flight, just check the recall and all that sort of stuff. I've done all the descent planning actually. What is the altitude then? It's 672, so about 900 basically, I think I'm going to set. I was using the wrong one, that's why. So put that down another 100. Right. I don't remember Bristol Airport being that high though. Yes it is. I'm happy with this plane here, just the way it is at the moment. Look at this lovely little plane. I'll try and move the camera slowly so it doesn't lag. Maybe that would be a good strategy. See the wing flex a little bit. We're turning a little bit there. I don't know why. We haven't hit Beldo yet. Maybe we've just gone on course with our... Honestly, what is it doing? Why is it turning left? Maybe it's trying to meet up with the course a bit better. Actually, from back here, it's basically direct to Stew anyway. So why is it then it says I'm going via N546? Because it's direct anyway. So why was that? I don't get that, honestly. That's the thing. We have got to be at 17,000 for that Stew 30. So it's quite. I reckon we'll have less time. How does this reckon then? So, if we're 25 miles, deduct 25 from that. So we're roughly 100 miles. Just say just under 100. So we'll say 90. 90 take with 25. So 65. Yeah, 65 miles at cruise. Last time we had 69 miles. So it's basically identical. That's just judging by that though. I think that Fly B has basically landed in Bristol now, so I haven't got anything else planning to land in Bristol. I haven't got any London controllers or anything like that on. Nope, nothing. Alright. So it doesn't look like we'll have any ATC, because we're approaching the country, but like at Backer, which is the west centre for that point. So I just got up to I've got a little map on my wall telling me, because I always forget which sector I'm supposed to be in, so I've got a little map on my wall telling me. So I just got up to look at that. I don't know why I decided to do that. It's quite funny actually. I can actually make the lights dimmer. I prefer them. I prefer it brighter, I do. Oh, you can get a little nav display up there, look. Let's get the engine page up there. This one, you can get all sort of weird displays. I like what it should be though, I like the normal setting. We've almost hit, actually, I'm looking on my page here, so we've done the points to get to training second officer, which is the next rank up basically. So at the moment we are just a base pilot. So training second officer, we've done 200% of the points, so we've easily done the points, only 91% of the hours, so we should hit that next rank in the airline now. So that's 10 hours. Oh, there you go, there's the cursed ATIS information, it's come back. Oh, there you go, yeah, straight in, ILS 27, that's the Flyby that is also flying to Bristol at the moment. Oh, we're almost at cruise. Wow, that was quite quick then. Actually, we have like more like maybe I read that wrong. We have almost like 80 miles at cruise because it's 80 miles to Backer, and we actually descend about 2 miles after it. I think roughly 2 miles. So it was 69 miles at cruise. What will we do this time? More or less, I reckon about 75 miles, I'm going to say 75. So slightly more, but not a lot more. 82, not pretty close. But yeah, it's definitely longer than 82 miles, so approximately 11 minutes, 12 minutes, that sort of thing. But it is definitely longer, isn't it? I think I've actually done, I haven't viewed the right overwing whatsoever. I've viewed the left overwing like 1,000 times, but it feels left out, right? I don't know. You can see what that's where all the yolks are and stuff, look. Or something, maybe not the yolk, I don't know. You can see where the cargo's held there. Good that. Wonder what in-flight meal we're having on board the flight today. What I love, honestly, if you ever fly Ryanair, I haven't got the opportunity, I only managed to eat it the first time I flew with them. The other times they weren't doing them. They seem quite rare, but they did a delicious ham and cheese croissant. It's so good. So if you ever fly Ryanair, like, it has to be in morning, so it's a breakfast item only. So like 7 AM sort of time, 8 AM, maybe 9 AM, that sort of time. You have to have one of their cheese and ham croissants. I really love them. They're so good. Personally, I think they're good anyway. But yeah, that's the one thing Ryanair are good at is cheese and ham croissants. It's like the only thing they're good at, eh? Maybe it might actually be that. Because once on a flight back from Poland with them, they actually served me the wrong food. So that might be the only thing they're good at, is cheese and ham croissants. Possibly. Could definitely be the only thing. But I don't know. Yeah, this flight's pretty chilled though. Like other, like, what do you mean other? There is no other. It says there like other, I don't get that. So that's the route that it's set for us. Yeah, at the moment I'm pretty happy with how this flight's going. Obviously we need to be at flight level 170 over there. That's the only sort of restriction we had, isn't it, I believe, checking the charts, and it was actually very not noticeable, put it that way, that we had that restriction in place in the first place. It was only when I looked a lot closer at the chart. It says there, flight level 170, 10 nautical miles west of Amman. Which makes me wonder why they don't mark it on the chart, but oh well. I don't even know the reason for that restriction, really. I guess it's just so they can manage their airspace, isn't it? I can light up the compass. Let's light it up brightly, I like that. Quite like that bright compass. That lovely Ryanair. I do like that Ryanair sort of colours though. It's nice, isn't it? Right, how far then? 40 miles to descent. How far then is it? It's reckoning to Bristol. 40 minutes, it thinks, roughly. I wonder how much time we'll end up spending, like... It's presumably quite a slow descent after. What was the... It's called Strumble. Why is it called Strumble? It's such a weird name. But that's what STU stands for. That's what it's called. It's called Strumble. Which I think is the funniest name in the world. And then 30 miles from there, it's that restriction. So, that's probably what I'll set the altitude down as usual to the ILS altitude. I haven't done that yet, so just do that now. I really wish that this ATIS would just go away off my screen, but unfortunately that happens every time you fly over islands, because 122.8 happens to be both frequency for Vatsim Liverpool-Knock-Bristol. You would have thought they could have set a Unicom that didn't involve any other frequency, but you know, I guess that's hard to do. .29 miles to descent, so it's gone quite quickly that descent. You know, to descent basically. It's gone quite quickly. So I was thinking that I don't think, unfortunately, we'll get, because they were doing like bonus points if you fly to the Canaries. We could have done like a nice long flight, but no, you have to. Once you start this tour, you basically have to finish it before you can do any more flights with the airline. Well, it's a bit of a shame. But I think, what leg is this now? This is leg 4, isn't it? I believe, so getting through them quite quickly. I mean, this tour involves 3 visits to Dublin, so, like, shows how often they fly to Dublin, doesn't it? I mean, Stansted involves none at all, so, no. Also, I discovered, I don't think, this wasn't when I was streaming, but I had the call sign of EJU for EasyJet Europe. The controller told me that EasyJet's Europe call sign was not easy, which was weird because I always thought that EasyJet was always easy. And I checked on the website and they said that EasyJet's call sign was easy. But then I checked EasyJet Europe. It's Alpine or Alpine, however you say it. So next time I need to make sure for that. And I was looking at Ryanair and I found their UK call sign. But obviously this is for RYR. It's definitely Ryanair. But for others, it's different. Oh look, there you go. Just notice there's a UKV 4 Kilo Juliet is landing, and that's actually a Fly UK. There's another Fly UK up there actually. It's a Saab 34 between Aberdeen and Donegal. It's quite funny spotting like your own virtual airline. They're obviously quite a popular virtual airline then, aren't they? Around the UK particularly. Vatsim's reasonably busy though. Like, for the time of day, it only being like 10:17, we've got Leeds Control is online, got the North Control of London online, Newcastle's online, got Gatwick online, so there's a good bit online, got the Manchester 80s is also online, so there's a good bit. Oh, that Fly B just landed, so I think we'll probably be in Bristol on our own by the time we get there, won't we? How far now? 9 miles to descent. Not far then. Only 9 miles. But I'm looking, we've almost beat the record for the longest stream, and I haven't. So we're definitely going to do two flights per stream from now on. Is always what we're going to do. Always what we're going to do. It's just a lot easier. It's more fun as well for you guys to watch. I mean, any stream longer than about 3 hours is too long, I think, so, you know, that's what we're going to do, isn't it? I think it's just gone down to 267 knots now, which is what it does, roughly 5 miles before descent. That's what it always does, every time it does it. It slows itself down to 267 knots. It might be a pretty steep, actually it's not that steep, is it? I reckon we could have started descending a little bit later than this to get to flight level 170, but I guess that's the sort of descent pattern it likes, isn't it? So normally, to descend from this altitude, it would take 100 miles. In this case, we're leaving 138 miles, so it's roughly a 30-mile added on, like, taking off our cruise, basically. So how long was it at cruise today? It was 11 minutes exactly. Well, it was 10 minutes 56 seconds, but you know, pretty much 11 minutes. Not too bad. And considering we've only been in the air 23 minutes, I'll check SmartCast to confirm that. That's true. That's pretty good. You spend more time descending than you do cruising or ascending. Crazy. I'll just say descending via Bristol 1 Bravo, arrival for ILS 27. Then I'll put at the start of EGG. So that's all that done. We have just entered UK's airspace. That Flybe at the moment is still on the ground, but I don't think it'll be on the ground because we're not touching down for another 25 minutes yet. It's all good. Oh, Manchester Tower just went online as well. So at the moment, in my range, in the UK, there are 5 ATISers, 1 ground, 3 towers, 1 approach, and a centre. That's crazy. Why is this? It's only 10:20 in the morning and they're packed. Normally it's empty at this time of day. Crazy. Crazy. I have no idea why I said it like that. It sounded ridiculous. Within range of another aircraft. TVF. Is that like Air Wales? No, they're flying to Dublin. I honestly have no clue what TVF is. No clue. They're flying from... Let's look this up actually. TVF airline. Transavia France. Okay. I did not know that Transavia France even existed. They're part of Air France by the looks of it. So it's Transavia. What on earth? Is that even a real route then? Maybe it must be. They might. Obviously, you can fly. Not realistic. That's a thing. That's an option. It's not a rule. You have to go crazy on that. So what smart cars are in 14 minutes to arrival. I've got the computer saying 23 minutes to arrival. I trust the computer on the 737, obviously, because it knows about all the crazy. Obviously, you have to loop at Bristol. I mean, it's not a bug with the FMC. I physically checked the ILS chart, and it says clearly you have to go to the Bristol VOR and then loop round. That's the plan. So that's what we were doing. That plane at Bristol is still online now, so they might be flying out again. If they decide to fly out back to Newcastle, I should meet them, I think. Like, I should meet them at Bristol. Oh, there's also a, probably a Norwegian or something. I was like, it's probably 787, yeah, no, it's an A330. I don't get it. I think my voice just went weird then. No, I don't get it. The A330 is, it's in my game as an AI, so why it's like that, I don't know. Is that the Transavia plane? It is. Again, I have a Transavia livery, but it's not appearing in my game. Do you like the sound the PMDG makes? Do like it. So yeah, the stream is coming up now on being the longest one we've had. That's pretty good. You know, breaking the record 2 in a row. I probably won't be able to break it again though. We're coming up on 17,000 and we've got 18 miles to go. So I think we could have definitely descended a bit sooner. Because at this rate, 1,800 feet per minute, 2 minutes. I don't know. I think it's timed it a bit off. Maybe bang on. I don't know. It could actually be bang on looking at the feet per minute. Fingers crossed it's bang on. It's saying drag required. Why? I don't need to slow down, do I? Oh, it's... Wow. The descent has actually required drag. How strange. I'll get them out a little bit, but not that much. The spoilers. I'm happy to have no spoilers open. Landing speed is still good, given our weight. Okay, somehow that fly B that landed is actually still on the ground, so we might catch it. I'm not sure yet. We have almost hit 17. I think we can actually hit it bang on, you know, like, we're just approaching 17,000 now, and we're 6 miles away. actually a little bit too high looking at this. I think it's going to start. Actually, no. I think it's timed pretty well. I don't think we'll be stuck at 1700. Put it that way. Hopefully, we won't be stuck there anyway. I think this plane has literally timed it to perfection. Actually, maybe we will be stuck there for about 2 miles. 2 miles isn't that long though. Really not that long. Our descent after this though is going to be so slow, isn't it? Yeah, now I've reached it, this thing has just stopped descending into... there you go, just there. So as soon as we started pitching off, we instantly had to go back down again. So happy with that. Happy with how it timed it. It's going to be a pretty slow descent now, I think. Yeah, I'm right. Only 1250. Very slow. And that's because really we should have only been descending like 10 miles ago. Maybe that's why they put that restriction in, so like the planes descend slower. I actually meant to check the oh right, it's an even shorter runway. Oh, London West Centre has just come online. Okay. 126.07. Wow. That's misspelt that. I mean 07 exists. Hello, London Centre. Sending via so we've contacted them now, London West, that is. So they've just come online now, which is quite good. We're obviously a little bit into their airspace, but we haven't had any reply yet, so I'm guessing they're just happy with their instructions for now. We might get vectors into manned, I'm not really sure. Oh, there you go, the plane at Bristol has now disconnected, that flyby. Cardiff has just shown up on the thing there. Not sure why, because there's no planes going in and out of it. And there you go, identified, expect ILS 27. So that's exactly what I planned is for the 27. So happy days. Let's just stick with it now. Coming up to our little descent point, so let's put this down. Descend flight level 70. So there you go. So we've been cleared down to 7,000. And that's all for now. I'm glad we're using this text to text instead. It's a lot easier. So yeah, we have passed the record for the longest stream now. 7 playbacks we've had now, so pretty good. Pretty good. That's seven people clicking on the video. Only a few of, I think only like 2 of them or 3 of them have stuck around, but not bad. Someone put hi in the chat. How long ago was that? How long did it take me to respond? Oh, there's no time next to it. Oh well.
Control, Lufthansa 463, with you, flight level 390.
How has that guy got such a good mic? Why can't the controllers have that mic? That's such a good mic.
Control, hello, squawk 0304.
0304, Lufthansa 463.
don't know. It's so weird. Cardiff is flashed up on the like on Vatspy, but it only shows. Normally, it only shows airports that are. Oh, there's pre-filed arrival and a pre-filed departure by the same person, I think. Or maybe they just begin with the same.
Entry 463 identified. Redirect
Yeah, it's the same person.
Sierra Alpha Mike.
So that's why there's a pre-filed. I don't pre-file mine. I just
direct Sierra
I tried doing it.
463.
I tried doing it via the Vatsim pre-filer first, and it didn't detect my flight properly. No idea why he's told me to descend to 7,000. I already know I'm descending to 7,000. You can clearly see there. Look, 7,000. I think we've just hit the decel point, so get the spoilers out so we can go below 250 knots. Because as far as I'm aware, you don't have to read back to controllers, like on text. Unless they specifically ask you to. Because I've seen them do that, they have specifically asked you to sometimes. Well, there you go, there's a bit of the wing flex going a bit crazy.
Running control west, this is 1980 heavy with you at 5,000 on the Captain 3F departure.
That guy said all of that like he wasn't totally sure what he was saying.
119 control, hello, set squad 0372.
Actually, I can do the seatbelts now. And the landing lights, the fixed ones anyway. This is their new aircraft, still working out all the bugs. So they put that in, obviously. So 1 mile to the Brecon VOR. We're now going to start turning over Cardiff Airport and then across the channel. There you go, we've been given that. So QNH is 1015. So I'll go ahead and pop that in. Where do you pop that in now? I've never done that.
London, good morning, easy to go here, so D260 direct to Cap.
Oh, you don't pop it anywhere. Okay.
Easy 4 Kilo Victor, London Control, good morning, set walk 5.
We've been cleared down as far as 2,500, which is the ILS altitude.
Complete 154, 3 Kilo Victor.
24 Kilo Victor, item.
I do like the scenery over this bit of the world, like, you know, like over the Brecon area. It's quite nice in this sim.
Easy 34 Kilo Victor identified. Redirect Echo Victor Romeo India November.
I can see direct to Echo in the 34 Kilo Victor.
Turn left heading, there you go, we can give it a little...
Can I run 1908, the
110,
identified, flight level 86, grand flight level 380.
I'm glad to see that this, like, with the Airbus, you have to start controlling the vertical speed as soon as you put in a heading bug. It doesn't do it with this one. I'm glad about that. I'm happy that it does that. I mean, just know this is quite funny. Because of the order that all the Manchester controllers have gone on, it says GTA underneath Manchester Airport because it's Ground Tower 80s. That's actually quite funny. Have you just noticed that? I don't know how long it's been like that for. How long has it been like that for? Just scrolling out. It's been like that for 14 minutes. That's great though. Just says GTA. Wow. It's in the game for any people who didn't know. I don't know, I just find it funny.
Confirm your inbound Sierra Alpha Mike.
We've had 8 playbacks now.
That is a firm, direct SAM, Lufthansa 463.
Someone just put in the chat, do you have an ATR 72? No, I don't have an ATR 72. I'm looking at it. I saw Kernado just released an ATR 72. From my experience, I've flown the Beechcraft one. I've done a stream on it. I flew from Belfast to Isle of Man, and I like the Beechcraft. I find it quite simple to fly and enjoyable, but I don't know about the ATR 72. Never flown that one. Maybe I should keep having the stream on my phone, because I keep missing out on people chatting. Like, I keep missing that out. It's really annoying. So maybe I should still keep it on my phone anyway. So I think we might be going direct to the ILS. I can't tell. But looking at what they've given us, maybe that suggests yes. Oh, there's a Severn Bridge down there. I think that's a Severn Bridge, is it?
Running control west, this is Canada 1980 heavy, we do 13,000 climbing for 38,000.
I think that's Bristol Airport ahead there.
Flight level 130, climbing for flight level 380.
Oh, so I've now got scenery for Bristol Airport, so it looks a lot better. Are there cars on that bridge? Oh, they're not. No cars. Where's the rest of the road? Where's the road?
Running control, this is Canada 1980 heavy. Going with you 14,000 now, climbing for flight level 380.
That's actually really stupid. Like the road just runs. Oh, there's the road. Google satellite scenery for the win. Clearly.
380.
I am thinking about buying some of the VFR like satellite packs, maybe. Because I think they do make it look a bit better.
Climbing 380, Canada 1980.
I've just passed by the Decel marker. That's just back there, so I think I'm gonna put in that up to just flaps. Just only a little bit like that, but enough to slow us down basically. Oh, so we're only at 6,500 feet now, so we're quite close to. I think we're going direct to the ILS, by the way, so I'll put that into my little computer. I suspect that's what's happening. Also, I don't know yet. I'm just going to guess that's what's happening. It helps it guess like how high we need to be, basically. I actually put the flaps away, I think, now. I've slowed it down enough, I think, so I want to get it to that speed there. So approximately 205 knots, basically. And they still have started its descent. We are like only 10 miles off the ILS, but obviously I can see what he's doing. There you go, they're 100 now. That's further this way. Oh, I thought he was actually moving us closer, not further away. Wow. Crazy. Nothing's heading to Bristol as far as I'm aware. Our flight to the car did just start up.
Canadian 1980.
What? From America?
Bravo,
that's random.
Kilo Uniform Romeo.
And the QNH is 1015, is what I was told last, so I've put that in the system. So I haven't been given any further direction from ATC. I suspect now when I get along to this white dotted line is the ILS.
You say Bravo, so, Alpha, Kilo Uniform Romeo for
this white dotted line here, this one here. I suspect. Oh, why do I keep changing? There you go. That white dotted line.
Entering direct. Factor for Canada 1980.
I suspect that is the ILS, so we'll turn right and then sort of loop round. I think is what's going to happen. So we're just descending a little bit more now. And now I think it's for the flaps to go out a bit more now. Whew! Oops. Achoo. Achoo. So now we'll stop descending entirely. There you go, turn right heading 160, that's our call to start turning towards the ILS, which means I will get the flaps all the way out to 5. Because it's basically telling me that. That is basically telling me that I need to get ready for landing. Because you can see there, we're heading direct. The control's actually done an excellent job of vectorizing, because you can see we're almost bang on with that white dotted line. So when we get to that white dotted line, I assume he'll clear us for approach, and then we can get in. So it's nice we've had some ATC in both parts of the UK. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Because last stream we had no ATC whatsoever. So nice to get a little bit of contact with ATC, isn't it? I'm actually checking the chat a lot more frequently now after all that. So at the moment the planes are suggesting I stick at this altitude of 4,200 for now. But I find weird because we're actually getting closer to the ILS. Okay, it's only 15 miles to Bristol now, not far. Is that the airport just passed? No, I think the airport's a bit further up, isn't it? What's that other airport then? There's obviously another one. But there. That's Bristol there, I think. So we're 6 miles away from the ILS. I think we're going to start heading further away from it now. So we should start to... There you go. That's it there. So he's clearly said there all the instructions that I want. We'll get approach armed, ready for... We've actually just hooked onto the localizer already. That was quite quick. And then we have to descend on the glide path when ready. I don't really know what the difference is between 300 and oh, the course is slightly out. Quickly just change that. I can't change it. It's done it automatically. Oh wow. And this thing is now going to start descending even... I think that's actually a bit weird that it's chosen to descend, but... considering it's like so far off course anyway. Oh, I'm picking up 2 EasyJets, and I honestly couldn't see them. So we've got two EasyJets, which is quite funny. Nice as well. Got 2 EasyJets in the area. Yeah, this is it. We're bang on the ILS now, on that white line, which is what we want. We've picked up the localizer. I haven't picked up the glide path yet, but I think we're quite close to picking it up.
Center Control, very good morning. Number 244 with you at Northfield Airfield. Question mark our clearance to Netherlands, through Amsterdam. We are a 172.
No one's chatted. Honestly, I bet now I'm
That's
quite funny.
Hello, can you
Okay, we're very close to landing here, so let's get ready to land this plane.
Echo Gold Sierra X-ray.
How far is it now to the airport? 8 miles. Okay, it's time to start getting everything ready then. I can go as far as flaps 10 before doing the gear.
Actually, I do not come at that above
And we're not on the glide. We haven't hit the glide slope yet, unfortunately.
Bye-bye. Roger that, altitude of Colton, number 244, one below.
So I think the tracks can go on now. These can go into continuous. Let's just do a quick checklist. Speed brake. All brakes set. Landing gear. Everything. Just the landing gear now. Which I'm going to pop out now. And we've hit the glide slope. Once I go around altitude, it's 3,000. So I'll set that in case of a go around. Fingers crossed we'll avoid that. Okay, landing gear is down, so we can get this all set and then get this down to 134, which is our landing speed. And it's always recommended to add 5, just to make sure your plane knows what it's doing. Actually, no, maybe that doesn't account on this one. Cleared to land, so happy with that. But I'm cleared to land, so I can get the auto throttle off. And then I also want to disconnect the autopilot. The textures are going nuts, they're flickering like crazy. No idea what's happening, but it is. Look at them, they're flickering like crazy, those textures. Stupid. That's just FSX being FSX, honestly. Typical. So we've been cleared to land, so I'm very happy. Obviously, I don't know.
Good morning, Jersey 982, Bristol, Embraer 170, request clearance.
Both of those EasyJets that were there, they've disconnected now, but there's actually a Fly B that's here, so I suspect, is that the one going back to, no, it's going somewhere different, it's going to Belfast, so it's just requested clearance in fact just now. There's this hill, isn't there, just before landing, so that's not great, is it? So imagine the throttle quite well, I think, hopefully. Sometimes you get that crazy minimums warning, sometimes you don't. I don't understand that. Land! Land!
20, 10.
Landed a bit late there, we should easily brake in time though. We have easily braked in time. Quite a strong brake though, well, you know. So that's off. Go on.
Information off of the beach.
Taxi lights come on.
You are cleared to your destination.
Whoa! I think I almost fell off.
Sorry.
We need the runway there.
You are cleared via Bravo Charlie November 1 X-ray departure on runway 27. Initially level 60 and score 3371.
And then now we're going to get the aerodrome chart.
One X-ray departure, off the 27, climb flight level 60, 3371, Jersey 982.
Jersey 982, is that correct?
Oh yeah, we need to disarm the speed brake as well. They've given us a taxi stand of choice. Okay, so that's, I'm perfectly happy with that. So we need to go to, between stands, it was 20, which one was it now? I don't know why those are too small and the others aren't. It was 22 to 26, I believe. Yeah, so they're the ones I'm going to be using. We're going to use stand 24. I'm using service air. So, stand 24 we're looking for. So let's go ahead and get the ground chart up there. And I also want the docking chart. So we're looking for 24. So that's along just past Zulu 1. So I know what that is. It's just by the
that's from Lake. Have a nice flight. Bye bye.
122, that's from Lake. CP34 Kilo Victor. Bye bye.
This plane keeps taxiing right for some reason. It wasn't there. Yeah, it is. It's taxiing right a little bit still. Don't know why it's doing that. Oh, it is. We're taxiing a little bit fast actually. It's ease it down maybe. That'll stop it from misbehaving. I should be able to see the Fly B that's on the ground. There's actually 2 planes on the ground. There's also an EasyJet, and obviously there's me who's just landed as well. So good couple of planes there. What was that landing rate then? It didn't feel great right at the end. It was 406. So better than the first one, but still wasn't great. So I can see the runway we're trying to, not the runway, the gate we're trying to aim for. I can see it there. So that's the one that taxis into there. I can see that. But the next bit of taxiway doesn't exist in my game for some reason. So that's that taxiway there. That's W. So the next bit up here, that's alongside this bit to the runway, that taxiway doesn't exist. It exists on the chart, but it doesn't exist in the sim. How weird. It doesn't exist in the sim. Those bits of taxiway. I've got no line to go off when parking either. No line whatsoever. So if I park totally wrong, I've literally got no taxiways to go off here. No, oh, there's the marshal. I can see him. So luckily I have got a marshaller. This is left, now straight. And that's it. That's pretty good parking, I think. Onto APU power and cut the engines. Lovely. So now I can go to the menu of the plane and get the ground power set. I'm not going to bother putting it into a cold and dark today, but you know, so that's all that sorted. I'm happy with that. So let's get the doors open. All off as it should be, yeah. Off.
Bye-bye.
That's all off. Fuel pumps coming off. Yours are coming off.
122.8, how to go? 1980.
Those are going off. Approximately 54 minutes, not bad.
November 463 Unicorn 122.8, bye-bye.
Don't know why it always thinks I have less passengers, but it does.
Over Unicorn 122.8, Lufthansa 463 Super.
So I'm just disconnecting from Vatsim now. Pretty much, so. But there you go, disconnected from Vatsim. We have obviously beaten the record for the longest stream. It's coming up on 3 hours, so pretty good. All the lights, make sure those off. Those can come off as well. Okay, I think that's basically everything, isn't it? I can't see the Fly B or any of the other planes that are on the ground. They're not even in view. Oh, that's because I'm stupid. It's not because I'm disconnected from Vatsim. What is wrong with me? It's because honestly, that's just stupidity. It's because I'm disconnected from Vatsim. That's why I can't see them. Wow. Anyway, that ridiculousness aside, yeah, we definitely wouldn't have had time to wait to do the other flight. Get that spy off. Charts can come off as well. Move all my monitors back to the correct position. Where I expect them to be. Lovely. Okay. Need to move my chair up a bit as well. I always sit a bit lower down for the flying because of where my yoke is.
Thank you for a wonderful flight.
So all this is basically ready now, I think. So I can go ahead and... Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. I want to disconnect from smart cars first. So, file that. Turn that off. Now I'll end the flight. Let's go ahead and get FSX off. Bring up that. Okay. I hope whoever's been watching this stream, there's been quite a few different viewers, haven't there? It's been 8 in total this one. A couple of people chatting, 2 likes, which is good. Average watch time was 22 minutes, so not bad. These people stuck around for it at least a little bit. So look at that pirate then. So obviously, there you go, minus 406. We received 10 extra points that flight. I'm not really sure why. Probably because engine 2 started first. Was engine 2 started first last time? No, that's why. So if we started engine 2 first, we got a bit extra points. 54-minute flight in the end, so not bad. The FPM was a bit better, but still not good. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that flight there. It was good. So, that's about it, I think. Oh, I forgot to click Vatsim when booking them. I forgot to tick Vatsim, so it thought I was offline. Oh well. Oh well. So that's the next 2 legs of the UK and Ireland tour done. So next time we're going to be flying from Bristol to Dublin and then Dublin to Manchester. So 2 a lot shorter legs. And then after that it'll be Belfast to Stansted to Dublin and then Dublin to Bradford. Leeds Bradford, that is. So maybe we'll try and aim to do 3 flights in one stream, so the last stream can have 2 flights in. So we'll have between 2 and 3 more streams on this. So that's obviously, I think every Saturday we'll aim to do these long streams. Maybe make this a weekly streaming channel, I think is the plan. So let's just go ahead and end the stream there. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Mad Chili. You've been, I don't know, good audience, I guess. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.